If you're a runner who's interested in the iFIT training platform, the ProForm Carbon Pro 2000 is the mid-range treadmill that has it all at the lowest price. Welcome walkers and runners, this is treadmillreviews.com. I'm Kaylee and that treadmill behind me is the ProForm Carbon Pro 2000. This is the update to the ProForm Pro 2000, so a little bit of a name change and a whole lot of upgrades. As a sneak preview into what I'm feeling about this treadmill, I like it a lot more than the previous model. The updates to the iFIT software and the treadmill itself have been mostly positive, but don't worry, I'll cover the details I wasn't as excited about too. But first, give this video a like and subscribe if we're helping you with your treadmill shopping. We do our best to review the latest and greatest treadmills and other fitness equipment. Your support really helps us do that. So thank you so much, and let's get back to the treadmill. If you're new to our channel or treadmill shopping in general, there are a few things we look for to classify a treadmill as a running treadmill. Does it have a 3 horsepower DC motor or better and a 20-inch by 60-inch running deck? Is the deck thick enough? And is the speed range sufficient? I'm very happy to report that the ProForm Carbon Pro 2000 checks all of those boxes. It has a 3 horsepower motor, so it's good for running, but maybe not long daily runs for marathon training. You might want something a little more powerful for that. The deck is 20 inches by 60 inches, which is perfect. The deck thickness is about an inch and it can support up to 350 pounds, which are all really good signs of this treadmill's appropriateness for running. The speed range is the standard 1 to 12 miles per hour. You can then adjust the speed by 0.1 miles per hour with the off-screen buttons or by 1 mile per hour with the on-screen buttons. The incline range is 0 to 12%, so no decline, which I was a little bummed about. But overall, the performance capabilities are pretty standard as far as a home treadmill goes. The Carbon Pro 2000 is a folding treadmill, so you have a nice hydraulic arm that helps fold and unfold the deck. It uses a kick release lever, so you have to stand on one foot to unlock the deck from its upright position. But then it softly lowers down on its own from there. The deck isn't too heavy to fold up. Most people should be able to do it on their own. And if you can lift 20 to 30 pounds, you can fold this treadmill, whereas a heavier treadmill deck would be more akin to lifting 40 to 50 pounds. It's 73.2 inches long, 34.6 inches wide, and 60.6 inches tall. The step-up height to the deck is under 8 inches, so factoring that in, as well as the height of the deck when it's fully inclined and a little extra room for running, you need ceilings that are 2 feet taller than the tallest user in your household. That means if you're 6 feet tall, the ceiling height should be 8 feet to train comfortably and not risk hitting your head while you're training. Now, if you need to move the treadmill around, it's definitely doable. It has wheels, you can just push it a short distance over a hard floor, or you can tilt it back and roll it, which I find much easier to do. It weighs 249 pounds as it comes shipped in the box, so I estimate it to be over 200 pounds still for just the treadmill. I can move it around on my own for a short distance, but I wouldn't want to move it up or down stairs or over thick carpet. You'll also want to keep this treadmill inside, not in a garage unless it's climate controlled. Storing the treadmill in a non-climate controlled environment voids the warranty. Speaking of, the warranty is 10 years on the frame, 2 years on the parts, 1 year on the tablet and labor, and that's about the industry standard, so I'm pleased with it. The ProForm Carbon Pro 2000 meets all of our guidelines for a running treadmill and meets or exceeds industry standards. But now, let's get into the more exciting features located on the console and touchscreen. Because the ProForm Carbon Pro 2000 is an iFIT treadmill, all the features are designed to work with the iFIT subscription. The screen is the central feature of the console. It's on the smaller side for an iFIT treadmill at just 10 inches, but this keeps it more affordable. I think the screen size is fine for viewing iFIT classes and entertainment in full screen mode. I was just watching Damsel with Millie Bobby Brown on Netflix while running the other day, and it was a great viewing experience. However, I'm not a huge fan of the screen in iFIT's new layout outside of full screen mode. If you have your controls, metrics, charts, and widgets all turned on, the screen is just way too cluttered. Fortunately, it's super easy to toggle in and out of full screen mode. The other qualm I had with the screen is that the incline and speed buttons are all on the screen and you can only see a few at a time, so you have to scroll to get to higher levels. I was okay with this iFIT feature on the treadmills that have larger screens, but it's not a smooth process on this 10-inch screen. iFIT does offer a lot of automatic adjustments for hands-free training, which helps to balance it out a lot. If I had one recommendation for iFIT, I would ask for customizable speed and incline shortcuts. Peloton has this feature, and I think it would make the Carbon Pro 2000 even better. There are off-screen buttons for adjusting the speed by 0.1 miles per hour and the incline by 0.5%, so that kind of shows just how nitpicky I'm being. There are also buttons for starting and stopping the treadmill and increasing and decreasing the volume and fan speed. I really like the screen's height and angle. It's perfect for me, but keep in mind that it doesn't adjust. I'm 5'4" for reference, and unfortunately walkers and runners above 6 feet tall might not have as good of a viewing angle. On the other hand, the fan positioning is better for taller walkers and runners. You can't adjust the vent angle, so shorter exercisers like me might need to use a floor fan, but I don't mind so much. For storage, there are 2 cup holders and a tablet rack. The rack is best for holding a phone because the screen won't allow a tablet to sit flat. Most iFIT treadmills with screens do not have a rack of any kind, so I appreciate this feature for my phone a lot. Back to the tech features. The speakers are front-facing, and I really like them. I tend to be a really loud runner, and I could hear the audio over the motor and my foot noise just fine. I also prefer to listen with headphones, and the Bluetooth lets you do just that. It's easy to connect Bluetooth devices with the Carbon Pro 2000. iFIT classes also have closed captions. I usually have my closed captions on because you can control the music or entertainment audio separately from the iFIT Coach audio. It lets me have my music up really loud, and then I can just read the iFIT captions. It's also a good way to make sure you don't get bored. That's a Treadmill Pro tip right there. While the default language on most iFIT content is English, you can change the language for the closed captions or the audio. iFIT has AI translation now, which is kind of strange because it dubs the class, but it's also pretty cool. The Bluetooth connectivity lets you pair a heart rate monitor to the Carbon Pro 2000, and my Garmin watch connects, but Apple Watches do not. If you don't already have a compatible Bluetooth monitor, ProForm sells one, so be sure to snag one of those too. It will come in handy with my favorite iFIT feature, which we should look at now. The ProForm Carbon Pro 2000 is an iFIT treadmill and works best when the two are paired. I don't recommend this treadmill for walkers and runners who don't want to subscribe to iFIT, but you can use it without a subscription. You're limited to manual training mode or a few featured iFIT classes if you have the free version of iFIT. But what is iFIT for those of you who might not be familiar with it? It's a digital fitness platform with thousands of training classes. iFIT has tons of walking, running, and hiking classes specifically for the treadmill, but you can also access strength, yoga, and other equipment classes with your Pro membership. A typical iFIT class follows a coach as they run or walk on a trail. Your treadmill's incline automatically adjusts to replicate the real-world grade as closely as possible. The speed will either match the preset level of the class or adjust using SmartAdjust or ActivePulse. SmartAdjust starts with just the preset levels, but as you override the speed to make it slower or faster, iFIT will learn your ability level and adjust the current class and all future classes accordingly. Remember when I mentioned I had a favorite iFIT feature? That's ActivePulse. When the treadmill is paired with a heart rate monitor, it adjusts to keep you in the prescribed heart rate zone. Usually it is a speed adjustment, but sometimes the incline adjusts slightly too. I recommend calibrating the heart rate zones and setting a maximum speed for the ActivePulse before using this feature. A feature I haven't been able to use too much yet is the new iFIT AI coach, Tailor. I was just accepted to the program. So far, the experience has been okay. You can talk to Tailor over text, and then the coach recommends classes based on your goals and preferences. It can even schedule them for you. I think the more I talk to it, the better it will get. Since it's AI, I expect it to evolve as the technology improves. It's very easy to opt in and out of this program depending on your preferences. If you don't want to train with iFIT, you can create a custom interval or target program. I really like creating my own program to train with the streaming apps, but you can also watch them while in an iFIT workout. The entertainment apps include Netflix, Prime Video, and Spotify. I'm so happy to have these apps. It makes the iFIT platform a lot more worth it, in my opinion. Just keep in mind that you cannot use these apps on the screen if you don't have an iFIT membership. If you still have questions about iFIT, be sure to check out my written review of the ProForm Carbon Pro 2000. It will be linked in the description. But let's take a look at how this treadmill performs. All right, so now I'm going to walk and run on the ProForm Carbon Pro 2000 just a little bit so you can hear and see how it performs. Right now I'm just at 1 mile per hour, but let's take it up to 3 miles per hour. All right, so just a couple seconds to get to 3 miles per hour. I'm really happy with the speed adjustment. It's on par with the other home treadmills that we test. Now let's see how the cushioning performs with me running at 6 miles per hour. Great, so there we are at 6 miles per hour. It feels firm underfoot, but still more give than running on pavement. I spend a lot of time running outside, and this is still going to give me a lot more cushioning than I normally get out there. Okay, we'll slow it back down. So this is just at 0% incline. There's no decline on this machine. So we'll take it all the way up to 12%, the maximum incline. Now it's inclining right now, and I have noticed that this is one of the slowest treadmills we have to incline. That does give you a lot of stability. It feels really smooth as it's inclining, even though you do get a little bit more motor noise while it's happening. But it might not be the best fit for hill intervals. If you want to get up a hill really fast and then go back down to a flat road, it's not quite going to be the best fit for that. All right, so now we're at a 12% incline, and I still feel like I can see the screen just fine. If you are much taller than me, the angle might not be quite as good, but I can still reach the handles and the crossbar in the front, which I really like for anyone that needs some additional support. All right, and that is about it for the ProForm Carbon Pro 2000. Bottom line for the ProForm Carbon Pro 2000. It is my current pick for runners who want to train with iFIT at the lowest price. The durability and performance is there, and the screen is built in. I really like the ProForm Carbon TLX, an even more affordable alternative to this treadmill, but you have to bring your own device to watch iFIT, which prevents you from using some of the features. If you have an iFIT account, everything is available to you on the Carbon Pro 2000, and I love that. While I noted a few minor trade-offs for this treadmill's low price regarding the incline and the screen size, I think the value is definitely there. It has my favorite features like the ActivePulse heart rate-based training and Netflix Prime and Spotify. I'm really happy with this treadmill, and if you are too, you can check out its current price with our link in the description. If you decide to purchase this treadmill using our link, it supports our channel at no additional cost to you. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you have comments or questions for me, I would love to hear from you. I'm Kaylee from treadmillreviews.com, and thanks so much for watching.